strike team en route to King's Row. Keep everyone safe out there, Angela.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Overwatch Omnic Uprising event. And I'm going to play it out with Mercy without my UI just to check it out. It is awesome so far. I've played this thing all through the night last night, and I just had to stop for a second just to give you guys a quick update. Now, I recommend there's two ways you can do this. There's you can do no limits on heroes, or you can do as intended. I guess they would call it limits, where you have Reinhardt and Tracer, young Cadet Oxton, and yourself, Mercy, and Torbjorn that go in and do it. I would do it like that because they brought in all of the voice actors for these heroes, and there's entire dialogues that are going on here. So if you've enjoyed the back and forth some heroes have in the start zones of certain events, or certain battles and payloads and things like that, then you're going to love this. It's awesome. Oh, and by the way, all of the skins that you see here are available in the game this year. They're available in loot boxes. You just happen to get a quick look at them now through here. Let me show you what's going on. The event is a disable 3 missiles that are anti-aircraft turrets. That's what it is. Disable 3 anti-aircraft turrets. And in order to do that, you got to go to these little objective points and hold it. One person must be on the point at all time. As you can see during this, some of these avatars, the negative guys, the bad guys, are showing up randomly. And that's because most of my team is outside. If the team were inside, all of these guys would be spawning out there and trickling in, much like a tower defense kind of thing. So if you're going to play, I suggest coming inside, especially since somebody has to be in this area or it won't download the virus that'll shut down the anti-aircraft gun, right? Or upload the virus, excuse me. If we're going to be technical, let's be correct about it. So you disable one, and then you move on to the next spot. But while you're doing that, what was I talking about? The outfits. Check them out. All right, so this happened in the gameplay experience of Overwatch, in that time frame, reference that time frame. This happens approximately 10 years in the past, when an Omnic Uprising occurred in King's Row, and this was Cadet Oxton's very first Tracer's very first experience. So this is kind of her little origin story event, so super cool, right? So here we are at the second point. Everybody's kind of in the same spot this time, so the timer doesn't go any faster, just somebody needs to be on it or not. As you can see, my team's being super aggressive. Full disclosure, I'm doing this on easy mode because I was just having so much fun doing it, and I knew people weren't going to know what to do or whatever. I'll talk a little bit better later on about some ideas I have. If you're thinking about going for it on Legendary, it's very difficult, so good luck, but you know, it's possible. Anyways, all right, so the event going on for about 2 weeks, right? And you're going to have access to these skins, and while you're on this one and doing it the no limits way, or the limited way, you'll be able to see everybody. Cool, right? So after you take down all 3 of these, you're going to, this is the second one, the third one is inside the start space for King's Row, and you're on offense, right? And then you disable that one, and then you go do a payload, and we'll talk about that. But during the time that we're going into the area to secure and turn off the last anti-aircraft gun, let me tell you some of the suggestions I have for you for no limits. If you're going to go no limits using all the characters, then I would probably suggest go ahead and beefing up your DPS a little bit with the Bastion. That's a pretty solid pick, and I appreciate the irony with the Omnic Uprising. Here you see my teammates weren't sticking with me, so it was a little more difficult to hold the point. You're definitely going to want to stick together if you go for it on Legendary. This game type is definitely teaching people the core concept of Overwatch being a team game and needing to be near each other. And the last Omnic Uprising kind of event for Halloween, it was a castle defense thing there too, literally. So they were onslaughts, waves and waves and waves, and it's much, much easier to hold them close to the point than outside of the point. The open map kind of environment, though, it lends itself to this, so people can go out there and get a whole bunch of smashes. Maybe they're going for golds or something, a little extra experience, but I don't know why. Once you get all 9 of the games won for this in the arcade, if you're just searching for boxes, you need to go out and start grinding like quick play or something. I don't think it. Well, I don't know. Maybe you know a better arcade mode than me, but yeah. So another thing that you might want to have. I said a Bastion. I definitely think Mercy is a must pick for this. If you're going for the Legend, Mercy is a super strong healer, as you know. There's only 3 people to heal, so you don't your attention isn't super divided amongst all your tunes. And if you can't juggle 3 people during a regular game as a Mercy, you're probably not going to be very successful on the Legendary, but you could probably win at the third one. I think it's called Expert. It's a good pick because neat little trick about this. When one of the heroes goes down, I don't know what's going on with this Reinhardt running in slow motion, but you have to get to the payload. All 4 people have to be here for the next objective to go. So this could be good downtime to build up an ult if you wanted to, with a random one here and a random one there. But really, you don't need to. There's so much to be shooting at here, right? Okay, so yeah, Mercy's a must pick because she can res. There's only 4 of you. If Mercy goes down, or any of the other heroes for that matter, if they go down, another hero can walk up to them, get next to their body, and press the R button, in my case. I believe just reload for whomever will start rezzing them. It takes about 3 seconds, I want to say. There's a little indicator in the middle of the screen if you have your UI on, and then they pop back up, right? Complete, full of health, and their abilities are reset and ready to go. So that's one good thing. So everybody can res everybody else. If you're rezzing one person in Legendary, you might get away with it. If you're rezzing 2, you're about to fall, probably. So that's why Mercy's a must pick. You can use Mercy to res somebody while you're left-clicking somebody else, I believe. If not, I'll have to double-check. And now that I think about it, I apologize. I'll double-check that, but Mercy's a must pick. So Mercy's a must pick, I would say. Bastion, I would say. But you know what I would also say? This team makeup here, the one around which the event was built for, makes perfect sense also. Because Torbjorn with his turret will be able to shoot at some of these little guys. See him coming in there? Those little dudes that'll be kind of coming after the payload. You know, so the turret can take care of that while Torbjorn's going out and taking care of main enemies that are approaching. And speaking of main enemies, always be worried about the big enemies before you go clean up the little guys going after the payload. And, you know, even at the last possible moments of the game, if the payload might be about to be destroyed, it might be better, wiser for you to go after the big guys and take them out before taking out the little guys working on the payload. I've seen too many times where people are preoccupied with these little laser guys on the payload that they don't pay attention to the other Omnics that are shooting at them, you know, or shooting at us, or that are going to come and kill all of us with a Bastion that comes in, or one of those big beater things that comes in, those explodey things. Oh man! And speaking of Bastion, the B7N3, I don't remember. There's one coming in. They come in the same pattern. I've noticed. Like I said, I've been playing the story mode version all night long, just playing with people who are just logging in to see what it's about. I'm enjoying it so much. But yes, they come in the same pattern. When a Bastion comes in on Legendary, while he's walking in, you better be on him already. You better be trying to vanquish him right then. Because when he settles into his tank mode and you guys start shooting at him, it's going to take a while to take him down. And he's going to be shooting at you. He will melt through Reinhardt's shield. It doesn't take any time at all. An Orisa combination with Reinhardt helps, but it is rough. All right. So, got to get those Bastions. All right? So, Bastions, then the shield guys maybe. If the big exploding things are out, work on the big exploding things. But the shield guys, and then, you know, regular guys, and then little laser guys. Towards the end of the map, there are OR-15 units, the alpha units. 4 of them. They go 1 inside the door, and 1 around the bend, and then 2 at the final point. Not too easy. See, here's that exploding thing. And then down here, I'm working on healing. Now we're going to take out our little guys. This Torbjorn got it figured out pretty quick, but go get that Bastion. Oh yeah, your ults charge way super fast. I'll get back to the OR-15s when we get up there. Your ults charge super fast. You can use them just about whenever you want, but you should kind of feel it out. This payload, for instance, it's a lot of build and build and build. So it's 4 minutes of waiting for it to charge up, but it's 1 minute waves, right? So it'll be a wave that lasts about a minute if you vanquish everything in an appropriate amount of time, you know, and things like that. If you're in it to win it, you're going to be at about a minute, and every minute there's going to be this little pause where you can kind of refresh yourself. So you're probably going to build an ult in each one of those. That's how much stuff is coming. Maybe I overspeak. consider every 2 of those. So you're probably going to get 2 ults here. You're probably going to get an ult on the way to the second, during the second anti-aircraft gun capture, and probably another one during the 3rd anti-aircraft capture. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 by now. You might have had a 5th one, depending on what type of ultimate you have and how it charges and how frequently you're going to use it, you know. But yeah, 4 or 5 about here. This section in here is just kind of a grind. Nothing too serious. It's a bunch of little things, a couple guys poking behind you want to be ready for. Always keeping an eye out. A Bastion will come out pre-ulting. So a Diva is a nice thing to have here. A Reinhardt Shield still a good thing to have here. A Zenyatta works. Again, I don't think Zenyatta's a great pick for Legendary, but Zenyatta works on Story Mode for sure. And Easy Mode, probably very much so, yes, because on Expert Mode it was pretty much a done deal too. But I still think Mercy's the healer of choice here. Ana, I'm going to give it to you straight. Ana is right out. There's no sense in using that dart in this type of environment. Those darts, I find... Well, you know what? Tell me I'm wrong. Call me a noob, leave a comment below, and let me know how much I'm wrong. But those darts, are they not designed to give somebody the big offensive boost to go in and do something, right? Not the big defensive boost to sit there. And that's what you're doing on those first 3 anti-aircrafts, and, you know, all of them to a lesser extent. The payload prep, which takes 4 minutes, and then this payload carry. You know, you're kind of sitting there letting them come to you if you're playing it smart, because let them trickle into 4 of you instead of 4 of you going out and trickling into a bunch of them, right? You're spread out all over the place. Key core Overwatch mechanics, ladies and gentlemen. Stick together in your team. Stay as a team. Look, I can't go help there, and I'm trying to go left, I'm trying to go right, trying to find a way to fly to her, but Cadet Oxton, so foolish in her youth, in her desire to help the people of King's Row. Oh, see, there's a Bastion coming. He's going to be coming from, I believe, down in the spawn zone there. So you got to... They come out in regular intervals, but I don't want to give too much away. Once you learn them, you should go get them as soon as you hear them. Well, maybe not these guys. You might want to determine where they're going to be. I don't want to give too much away. Figure it out. You know, leave some of the puzzle for you. You should be able to get to this point, even on Legendary, once you've figured out how to get the payload. If you can get that payload, I'm telling you right now, the hardest part of Legendary is probably getting the payload ready to push to this door. All right, now, from this door going forward, it blows it up. It's a huge electromagnetic EMP pulse thing, it looks like. I've listened to the story I don't know how many times now, but I haven't really paid that close of attention. I've looked at the cart in close detail, and I'm impressed by what was constructed there. I like it. There's a Bastion on the right-hand side. He's always there. There's an Orisa unit. Kind of a difficult decision here. Sweep up those little guys while a couple guys go take care of that Bastion might be the best way to go. Reinhardt might not have been the best choice for this, right? But this Bastion and the Orisa is the first, skill check for your team. How are you going to handle these 2 guys? See how long that took? No way. If this wasn't easy mode, he would have been wrecked. All right. Now, he was going to go up and try to take care of another Bastion that is up on the high ground, the middle ground there on the left, but he's already gone. There was an Orisa unit here. They've already taken care of it. And now there's 2 Orisa units. I come down here to just help this guy because I liked where he was setting up. But there's a Bastion that our Tracer you might have seen off to my right was going to go take care of. In easy mode, that's not a problem. In Legendary mode, this is your problem. You have 2 Aura 15 units throwing up those shields, and they're hiding behind them very effectively. And you have this Bastion unit on the left, plus adds. Here's an example of the body going down. You might have heard that tone. It goes wing wing. If you'll forgive my attempt. And yeah, I rezzed because I heard it and was like, all right, somebody coming up. I've been waiting for it the whole game. In easy mode, you can get it all the way there. And then once you don't have to take out anything else, you just need to take out the OR-15 units. So once that one's down, even if there's another Bastion about to blow everybody else up, you've won. All right? Because that's the mission, heroes. That's what it means to be in Overwatch. Finish the mission! All right, you get some crazy plays of the games, too. So those are some builds that I like. I highly recommend you do it story mode first and do it with the hero limit, just so you can get all of the experience out of it. It's awesome. It's going to be going on for a couple weeks. And, yeah, good luck out there. Have fun, you know, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And speaking of enjoyed it, I hope you've enjoyed your time with me today. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, then by all means, please do consider subscribing to this channel for more coming real soon. I'm probably going to do a couple more of these. I might do... yeah, in fact, I'm going to do a No Limits Hero, No UI of this, just to see how it looks. And if you'd like to see that, subscribe and stick around. Until next time, I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye, guys.